And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're taking a look at a game called Metallum. Metallum is a two-player game. Let me see here. The depths of space awaits the key to the future of mankind. Well, maybe the game isn't that exciting. It's a two-player area control game, something which is done very infrequently. But in this case, does it work? Let's look. In this game, each player gets a factory ship. All right, you have a factory ship of your color. In fact, everything is your color. There's blue and red. So as players will be playing the game, they'll be putting out what's called extractors, which are blue and red cubes on the board. And you have these planets placed out like this. Now, there's actually a couple more planets included in the game that you don't use. You always use Alpha, and this one's Omega. It hasn't been discovered yet, but Omega is here. And then the rest of them are kind of shuffled and put down in between. Now each player is going to use modules to create their turn. So on a player's turn, they have a shield. Both players will be making modules at the same time. Now each player has all these little modules here, and you're going to make a program that you're going to run, a subroutine that you're going to run. And you're going to have this shield to hide it, but you can pick any of these things. Now when you pick them, you have different locations that they can be in. So for example, this would be a completely legal subroutine. Everything fits together. They have colors, wires connected. They all go in different spots. So that's completely legal. In fact, I could do less than that if I wanted to. I could do just this, or I could do just this. What you can't do is you can't not have a movement. You must always use one of the movements. And in fact, one of the movements, as you can see here, this one that lets you move 3, doesn't have anything on the bottom of it. So even if I put this here, my subroutine, and then this one next, I wouldn't be able to put one here because there's no connection. And there's also one of these that's the exact same way. So in fact, if I could just put these two out. Now when you put these out, you're going to reveal them, and you're going to count out the complexity number. And here the complexity number is 5. Whoever has the lower complexity decides who goes first on a given turn. And then that person will resolve all the different parts of their subroutine. When you're done, then you'll take these and put them in front of your screen, and you can't use them again. And then you'll pick another one, and you'll do that 3 times before you get your tiles back. Now when moving a ship, let's say I move 2, you have to move exactly 2 in one direction. So in this case, let's say the next turn I had played a 3, I would not be able to go this way, so I would be required to go this way. When you move to an undiscovered planet, you'll flip it over. Each planet might have special abilities on it, and the first person to discover planet is going to get a buck. Now here you're going to keep track of your money with this double dialed thing, and money is essentially points over the course of this game, and you're trying to get those points. Other subroutine actions let you drop down 1, 2, or 3 of these extractors on a planet. Dropping these extractors is useful because whoever has the most on a planet is going to get more money at the end of a round. In fact, whoever has more is going to get 3 for each planet, $3 for each planet. And if you have at least 1 there, you'll get $1 on a planet. Some routines let you change a planet to a rich deposit planet, which makes it 5 worth when you get the money for the planet rather than 3. And the second person gets 2, and other ones make it a poor planet where whoever has the most gets 1 point or $1 and no one else gets anything. So players will be doing this. Players also have the opportunity to buy modules up here that they can stick on their planets. These modules here in Metallum are modified by the prices up there, but you can see, for example, that this transport ship costs 1 with a 0 difference, while over here to buy this mining station cost 2, 3 minus 1. You can see this mining station here counts as one of your extractors on the planet. So players are kind of stuck with a certain amount of these extractors they can put out, but a mining station adds another one for you. Here, the transport ship lets you win ties on the planet. And as the game progresses, these will be moved out, and eventually modules will come in, different hacks or nuclear explosion or different activities that you can do, and you can buy these and use these different cards. On a player's turn, before they move around or after they move, you can use the special ability of each planet. Planets have different special abilities, and so sometimes you will move to those just so you can use the special ability of the planets. And you'll notice that I really do think the artwork is fantastic. Some of them let you move extractors from one planet to another. Others let you get free extractors. Others let you destroy your opponent's extractors on different planets. So each round will continue as players do the subroutines that they've placed out, which is mostly going to be moving, placing extractors, buying cards, changing planets to rich or poor, and then after both players have done that, scoring each of the planets. And players also have the possibility to use one of the planet's special abilities each turn. This will happen over 9 rounds. After 9 rounds, whoever has the most money is the winner of the game. This is an interesting game. It's like I said at the beginning. It's an area control game where you're trying to have the most, and I don't mind it. This is certainly a game in which you get in your opponent's face. They have a great planet they're getting a lot of money from. Make it a poor planet. They're controlling a planet. You move stuff there. You control it. There's a card that will help you buy it and try to outsmart your opponent. Use the special abilities of the planets. It's not a very complex game. Putting those subroutines together seems like, oh wow, I'm putting this together, but it's basically you're saying you can pick one of 3 movements times one of 3 other things. So times one of 3 other things times one of 3 other things. So that's essentially 3 times 3, 9, 27. There's like 81 choices here, right? 81 different combinations. But since not all of them, I don't know, I'll make a guess and say there's about 60 different combinations. But they're not that different. You're just trying to pick the best thing. But even then, you make a really big one. You have this great complexity. Your opponent can do something first. Or sometimes they'll even let you go first. And then they will kind of see where you go and then swoop in and do what they want to do next. Buying the cards weren't super powerful, which I think in this game was a kind of a good thing, because otherwise there'd be a fight to buy the cards. That would be what the whole game was about. More so, knowing which powers of the planets to use and when to use them. That is where the game, I think, really shines. Well, that and the incredible artwork. The shields were unwieldy a little, and it was kind of, oh, I'm hiding my subroutine, and that's all you did to make the subroutine. And it's not like I would really stare at your subroutine trying to guess what you were doing with it anyway. It's a good back and forth 2-player game, 30 minutes probably, maybe a little bit longer than that, but it has some good in-depth space stuff, and it's something different than most 2-player games out there. So if you like area control games where you like to have the most stuff in different spots, but you often play with 2 players, and you like a science fiction theme, I think this is a solid offering, Metallum.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door.